All right, I'm proud to say I'm a Hoosier. I've been with Shirley Heinze Land Trust since 2005, and our mission is to preserve and restore natural areas in Northwest Indiana. We also work to inspire people of all ages about the value of land conservation. More than 30 years ago, Mr. and Mrs. Seidner left $30,000 in memory of their dear friend Shirley Heinze, who passed away at the age of 37. She had bi-state interest in that she was a professor at University of Illinois, Chicago, and resided in Northwest Indiana. We are one of approximately 1,700 land trusts in the country and 24 in the state of Indiana. We own 1,200 acres and hold 9 conservation easements. We have 15 project areas interspersed in 3 counties. Geographically, we are adjacent to Lake Michigan, the Kankakee River, and Chicago. Preserves are located in several different communities, including this globally rare dune and swale habitat in Gary. The property is comprised of more than 300 lots, purchased at tax sales over the past 25 years. Next year, a large-scale U.S. Army Corps of Engineer restoration project will take place at the site. We also manage wetlands, dunes, savannas, prairies, and forests. 5 of our 15 project areas are state-dedicated nature preserves, and our project areas range from 10 to 350 acres in size. I'm probably not telling any of you anything new. You know the ecological significance and the phenomenal ecology here. There are hundreds of species, things like Thismia, that we haven't given up looking for, but they probably don't exist anymore, and rare plants and insects such as the Carner blue butterfly. This is our John Merle Coulter Nature Preserve, where we're managing Carner blue butterfly habitat. It was previously sand mined. The sand was taken to Ball Jar Company and used to make glass jars. Thanks to funds from U.S. Fish and Wildlife and Sustain Our Great Lakes, we have opened up the canopy, conducted several controlled burns, planted natives, and we've partnered with DNR, the Indiana Dunes National Lakeshore, local fire departments, and many volunteers. There are other places, like our Burr Oak Woods property in Hobart. It's a savanna that's severely degraded by grazing and lack of management. We secured funds from many donors, including Sustain Our Great Lakes and Chicago Wilderness for Stewardship. Do you like the cow? Good. All right, this is Burr Oak Woods. 5 years later, this 85-acre site looks like a true savanna that we once thought would be a miracle to restore. Burr Oak Woods and Coulter are just a few of the treasures we have in Northwest Indiana that largely falls within the Calumet region, a bi-state place with 1.8 million people, 42,000 acres of protected land, an unparalleled confluence of natural and cultural diversity, and a compelling landscape of industry and nature. A few years ago, the Calumet was broadly promoted thanks to Chicago Wilderness and the Gaylord and Dorothy Donnelly Foundation. The natural value of this area was captured along with the unique history of geology, people, places, industry, and culture. There is no doubt we should see this area as a huge opportunity. The progress in the Calumet is thanks to networks like Chicago Wilderness and the Calumet Stewardship Initiative. Most of you know about Chicago Wilderness. I'm going to talk a little bit about the Calumet Stewardship Initiative that has more than 40 partners in Indiana and Illinois. They have 5 teams that work on stewardship, such as planting natives, removing invasives, collecting seed, and getting little kids like, I put a picture of my son in here too. So. And then we have the education team, and I'm happy to say that there's a wide array of education going on from the Little Tykes all the way up through high school throughout the region. And we're happy to be involved with the Mighty Acorns program. And last year, we partnered with the Field Museum, and we had more than 1,000 kids out on our project areas. This is a picture here of a group of German exchange students we took to the dunes during their 3-week stay here, and it was their second favorite part of the trip. The first part was shopping in Chicago. We've been involved with green jobs projects where we worked with Wildlife Habitat Council, had 7 laid off steel workers and other laid off individuals work to bag up garlic mustard and do other things, including restore approximately 200 acres. We also do Girl Scout and Boy Scout troop projects on our preserves. And most recently, we've been involved with the Great Lakes Initiative, Great Lakes Innovative Stewardship through Environmental Education Network throughout Northwest Indiana, working with many of the institutions. The area of concern for Northwest Indiana is within the Calumet region. And one of the biggest obstacles to meeting the delisting targets for beneficial use impairments in the Grand Calumet River, I'm happy to report section by section and year by year the river is being cleaned up. For me, projects, whether it be stewardship or remediation, it comes back to the values of organizations and networks working together to achieve monumental projects that otherwise would be impossible to achieve. I'm confident that people before us